Let's talk about your ticker NVDL. That is the GraniteShares 2x Long NVDA Daily ETF. So it's double leveraged on NVIDIA. It's up close to 1,500% on a total return basis just over the past year or so. Eric actually pointed out on Twitter earlier that it's doing, what, $1 billion a day in turnover. So my first question to you would be, who's behind it? To what extent is this retail really showing up here?
I think it's a large part of it, like all ETFs these days, and particularly when you get a successful ETF, that you have retail being a big part of it. But if you look at the holdings data for NVDL, you'll see anybody from the large retail brokerage to the most sophisticated hedge funds and trading firms in the world, and it really spans the whole spectrum.
And why, though? Is it just convenience? When I wrote my first book on ETFs, I kept coming back to convenience as an advantage. People just like stuff that's easier, even if it's a little bit easier, right? You get the stock, but you get it 2x. You click one button and you have the trade on it. Is it just because it's that easy? Because a pro could do that pretty easily, so why would they use this ETF?
So there's two elements to it. One, and this is the slightly glib answer, if you love NVIDIA, you're going to love 2x NVIDIA even more. But realistically, what we're providing, Eric, is institutionally priced leverage to the masses. And that's the big sort of breakthrough, is that for individual investors or even professional investors to obtain leverage, that is very difficult to do. There's a lot of implications with that. But the financing cost is just a lot less expensive within the ETF wrapper.
So we look at the single stock ETFs. There's dozens of them on the market. You're not the only issuer. And there's a direct correlation between the amount the stock trades. Like NVIDIA every day is the most traded equity, more than it took over Tesla, I don't know, about 6 months ago. And now that's the most popular 2x ETF. Then they do the covered call on top of it. Are we going to see this cycle of whatever stock is popular in the top 2 or 3? They're going to make a whole ecosystem of easy to do trades around that stock. Seems to be that's where we're heading.
I think that's it. I mean, that's where you got to go where the enthusiasm is. So if we were having this conversation 3 years ago, I would say we'd be talking exclusively about Tesla. And that was where the enthusiasm was. That was where all the flows were. In Europe, for example, we had a Tesla product was by far our biggest one. Now, obviously, the whole conversation is dominated by NVIDIA, and that's why I think NVIDIA is the most important stock in the world right now. So goes without saying, we're going to get an ecosystem around NVIDIA, just like we've seen in other stocks.